Hello, greetings, namaskaraha. We are at the Sri Vadaranyeswarar temple, Tiruvalangadu, Tamilnadu. The temple is devoted to Bhagwan Shiva in the form of Sri Vadaranyeswarar and Devi Parvathi in the form of Sri Vandarkuzhali Amman. This temple is the 15th Paadal Petra Sthalam in thondai, Nadu. Thevaram Moovar have sung hymns in praise of Bhagwan Shiva of this temple. After the darshan of Bhagwan Shiva at Thiruvalangadu, Sundarar started towards his next destination, Tiruvalangadu, along with his disciples. The same was described by Shekkilar in Periya Puranam. Shekkilar sung Sundarar's entry to Tiruvalangadu, where Bhagwan Shiva fondly called Ammai, who circumambulated the temple with her head. Shekkilar also mentions that since Karaikal Ammayar walked on her head, Thirugnana Sambandar was afraid of walking with his foot into the temple. So he stayed outside the temple that night. In his dream, Bhagwan Shiva had come and asked him to sing the hymns. So he has sung the hymns from outside the temple. The temple has a 5-tier Raja Gopuram and faces east with an entrance arch and a mandapa. In the front entrance arch, we have the stucco images of Sri Varasiddhi Vinayagar, Sri Urdhava Tandava Murti, Sri Rishabha Rudrar, Sri Murugan and Sri Kali. The temple is also one of the Pancha Sabhai, that is one of the 5 places where Bhagwan Shiva performed the cosmic dance called Tandava. We can see the stucco images of the Pancha Sabha in the Mandapam arch, in which Thiruvalangadu Rathna Sabhai is at the center. The other 4 are Thirukutralam Chitra Sabhai, Madurai Velli or Silver Sabhai or on the left side, and Chidambaram Por Sabhai or Gold Sabhai, and Tirunelveli Thamirai or Lotus Sabhai are on the right side. Rishabham is in a small mandabam with the Dwajastambam and Bhalipidam. Moolavar is under the Rudraksha umbrella. According to temple Sthala Purana, Bhagwan Shiva reached this temple site at Rishi Munikesa Karkodaga's request. Ma Kali challenged Shiva to a dance and said that she would give her right in the place to the deity if he won. The dance began. Shiva dropped his earring on the ground, picked it by the toe of his left leg and fixed it back on his ear in the dance. Kali accepted her defeat and said that she could not do such a marvelous dance. Shiva said that he alone was equal to her and said further that those coming to worship him here should worship her first to reap the full benefit of the worship. Since then, Ma Kali has her own temple to grace the devotees. Inner Gopuram is of 3 tiers. Stucco images of Bhagwan Shiva's Uddhava Dandavam, Nandi Devar playing Mridangam, Karaikal Ammayar in singing posture, Gaja Samhara Murti are on the right side. In Koshtam, we have the deities of Nartana Vinayagar, Dakshina Murti, Lingodbhavar, Brahma and Durgai. There is a 16-pillared mandapam in front of the temple and a 100-pillar mandapam after the front entrance. In Nadrajar Sabha, Bhagwan Shiva's Uddhava Dandavam, Ambal and Karaikal Ammayar are in Sila Murtis. Karaikal Ammayar's Jiva Samadhi is on the back of the Nadrajar Sabha. Apart from stone inscriptions within the temple, we have the famous Thiruvalangadu cheppedugal or Thiruvalangadu Copper Plates that are now preserved in the Chennai Egmore Museum. These are significant Chola-era royal inscriptions, primarily from Rajendra Chola I, detailing land grants, Devadana to the Thiruvalangadu temple administration, and a rich genealogy of the Chola dynasty with the bilingual format Sanskrit and Tamil and containing 31 plates. They offer invaluable insights into the Chola administration, military expeditions like conquering Kadaram, and religious endowments. On the left side, Sannadhi for Vinayagar and Valli Devasena Arumugam Sannadhi is on the right side. When we further enter, there are two mandapams. One is Duvarojana Mandapam or Kodietra Mandapam and the other is Sukravara Mandapam. Ambal is in a separate shrine in standing posture with four hands, Abhaya, Varahastam and lotus in the upper two hands. In the inner praharam, we have the Sannadhis of Sri Devi Bhudevi Sameda Vijayaraghava Perumal, Agora Veerabhadra, Sri Valli Devasena Shanmugar, Ganapati, Sapta Matrikas Brahmi Maheshwari Kaumari Vaishnavi Varahi Indrani Chamundi, Shashta, Tirunavukkarasar, Sundaramurthy, Tirunjana Sambandar, Manikya Vasagar, Karaikal Ammayar, Karkodagar, Munchikesa Munivar, Patanjali, Anandan, Vattavur Adikal, Sri Vandarkuzhali Amman, Agathishwarar, Nadrajar, Sarabarajar, Kailasanadar, Ramalingeshwarar, Kamakshi Amman, Egambanadar, Valmikisar, Kasi Vishwanadar, Sahasralingam, Soundaranayagi, Nadrajar, Ayyappan, Nagarajar, Mantiswarar, Upadesa Dakshinamurthy, Suryan, Chandran, Adhikaranandi. Separate Sannadhi for Sri Valli Devasena Shanmugar, Bhairavar, Vinayagar, Subramanyar, Chandikeshwarar, Gajalakshmi and Bhadrakali Amman Sannadhi are on the left side entrance of the first praharam. It is believed that the temple existed before the 6th century and was constructed by the Pallavas and later reconstructed and extended during the Cholas, Pandyas and Vijayanagara eras. There are 52 inscriptions recorded in this temple. The Pallava king Nirpatugan's 9th century CE inscription records that Perumalayur Sabhai of Kalakkur Nadu Ikattu Kottam received 108 kalanju gold from the Queen of Nirpadunga and from the interest earned to supply 200 kalam of paddy every year and 1 alakku ghee per day shall be given to Bhagwan Shiva Udayar of Tiruvalangadu temple. Tunga III period inscription records the construction of a mandapa by one Ammayappan Palanjiya Pallavarayan. On the Ardha Mandapam outside wall inscription that belongs to Chola Rajadi Raja II mentions Adittan Thondaiman, native of Thirumunaippadi, donated a lamp to this temple. Another inscription of Parantaka II period registers an endowment of capital for the requirements of Ammavasai Nal, new moon festival for Surya Bhagwan in this temple. Sthala Vriksham is Alamaram or banyan tree and temple tank or Pushkarni is Murti Tirtham. Ancient Bharatiya temples are built as per Agama Shastras, the scriptures that are like a manual for temple worship, construction and rituals. And as a result, they are energy centers and a place of rejuvenation. Not just this, the Bharatiya temples activate all our senses. The grand deity activates our vision, chantings activate our hearing, prasadam activates our taste, various offerings like kumkum, chandan and basma activate our skin or sense of touch, incense sticks activate our smell, and finally the mantras chanted activates the mind and contributes to improving our consciousness. Do ensure to visit nearby temples. We hope you liked the video. Subscribe to temples across the globe to know more about Bharatiya temples. Thank you for watching.